Okay, welcome to Energy in Motion. Today is Tuesday, April 16th. So we are midway through April already and in the heart of spring, I would say. And that is what I want to talk about today was springtime energy, but also a little bit of Feng Shui. I'd like to give you a few tips on Feng Shui, the energy of the land and things in your home, and how that can be in sync to help you with your chi in your body. So as we know, whatever's going on outside is also going on inside. So that not only includes nature, but it includes your surrounding living environment and your home, how your home and where your home was placed. My wet dog is flying around the yard. And there's one thing that I always like to share every spring that Master Lin recently shared also on his Facebook page was how to welcome the energy of spring into your home. And a couple of my clients, I know that you're on, I've talked to you about this already, but this is just a really good springtime ritual. I love it. And what we want to do is when the yang energy is building like this, we want to welcome in the new energy of spring, at the same time clear out the more yin, a little bit stagnant energy of winter, of the water element. And one way to do that is to focus on our entryway to our home. So your front door, whether you live in an apartment, a condominium, whether you have to go in the back door of your home only because you don't have a front door, whatever it is, it's the entryway, the main entrance to your building and your home. You're, going right into your living space. I'm looking at mine right now as I'm talking to you. So the idea with that is you want it to be clean and clear and free of any dirt, dried leaves, cobwebs, dust. And that means give it a scrub down, the whole entryway, the door, the front and the back of the doorknob, the door handle. Wash the door. If you have a window in your door, you want to clean the window. So the windows represent lungs, like our breathing. And so they're kind of the barrier between our inside and outside worlds. So if the barrier is clouded or dirty, then it's harder work for us to sort of filter. So the lungs we want clean and clear. So that includes the windows. So if you have windows in your entryway or your porch, or really any windows, but let's just settle down because that's a bigger job. Let's just do the entryway. Just wash them. Wash your door windows, the windows if you have it in your porch, or the door to your building. Even if you're in a building where 100 people live, you can wipe down that door. That will make a big difference. Just sweep around the entryway. And then when you open the door, it's a good thing to open it, and then also open, if you have, your back door at the same time. And so you're letting energy flow through your space when you do that. So the back door is also important. And so you clean that, wipe that off, same thing. And then when you get into your living space, your porch, your entryway, whatever you have, just make sure it's clean and free of clutter. So again, we want to welcome spring energy to come in unimpeded. So if you have boxes or bags or racks or coats, that's okay. You want them clean and organized and up off the floor if you can, because you want that energy to be able to flow right into your home. And so for me, our porch, we kind of have like used to actually be like an office space, which is, I know, crazy, but we have a very small farmhouse. It's not anymore, but there's a counter there and cupboards. And so, of course, when there's a counter there, what happens? Everyone just piles their stuff on the counter, so this counter kind of starts to build up. And it's really important to attend to that as much as you can, to clear it, give everything a space to be so it doesn't have to sit there. So that's kind of what I've been working on. We have dog bones and treats, and those need to be in a container and put somewhere. And so everyone has to agree with that. So it's what I'm working on in my family's, some family Feng Shui. This is how we're going to do it. But then I feel as soon as I clear out the clutter and the porch, and so for us too, we're getting rid of winter boots and winter coats, and we're putting them in storage, hopefully. We don't need those anymore. So we're going to put those away, and then that allows more energy to flow. And it's also what you're setting your intention for this spring energy to come. So it's just clearing it all up, and then everything can flow smoothly. So I suggest you do that. And then if you also, when you're walking into your home, if you have a hallway that's straight ahead, just make sure there's nothing lining the hallway. So again, it's just that, it's like that entry, that energy has to flow straight in. So if you have stuff sitting in the hallway, just move it, put it away, and let that energy come right in. And so one thing is that I like to do is have the front and the back door open when the weather's nice, for an hour or so, and just allow that energy to flow right through your home. You can open some windows too and just allow that energy in. Now's a good time for me before the pollen gets too bad, because then I'll be closing all my doors tight. But yeah, that's a really good thing. So we're just welcoming the energy of spring. Janet says, I did that and it feels so great. Yeah, awesome. And then Janice asked, what if you have no space, not one interior closet or interior door, and bears and squirrels? Okay, well, bears and squirrels, you can still leave your door open for 10 or 15 minutes. I have bears and squirrels here too. You can leave your door open for a short period. I don't mean, for days and nights. I just mean for a little bit of time to allow the energy to flow. And if you don't have any place to store things, that is tricky. So then I would suggest you get some shelving or something where it can be organized. Because if it's piled and blocking hallways and that sort of thing, that's going to be tough for the energy to flow. But if it's neatly organized on a shelf, and say the shelf has to be in your hallway, that's okay. Like, we have to do what we have to do in our homes. But I think it's a matter of having things so that they're organized and in such a way that energy can flow, even like in my basement, which I give this example a lot. But there's Rubbermaid tubs and they're stacked, but there's spaces between the stacks, and it's, there's energy can still sort of flow there. So I think that's the main thing. Yeah. Okay, so what time is it? Let's start practicing. It's 12:15. I'm going to change my mic. You guys can start bouncing.